Moonies, welcome back to my channel. Welcome. If you're new here, welcome to the Mooney Squad. If you're coming back, thank you guys so much for being here with me. Thank you for being a part of the Mooney Squad. I love you guys so freaking much. Thank you guys for being here. This reading today, we're asking the goddesses of the universe what they want to communicate with you, okay? Maybe some of you have been thinking about communicating with goddesses. Maybe some of you already work with goddesses in your own craft. But whatever the case is, we are asking the amazing goddesses of the universe across multiple cultures what it is that they need to communicate with us for us to understand and ascend to our highest good and our highest greater self. So just remember to be respectful if you're interested in sticking around. This is a timeless reading. However, then when you are watching this, it is going to be up on December 13th, the day after the new moon, which is actually the day Mercury stationed retrograde in Capricorn of the year 2023. So definitely just keep that in mind whenever you're reading this message. It is going to download for you. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't, and that's okay. So starting from pile number 1, so it's this lovely pile right here. This is my left, probably your right, but this is pile number 1. Moving to the middle, we have pile number 2, and then towards my right, which is probably your left if anything, pile number 3. So we have 1, 2, and 3. Take this moment to meditate. Maybe one of these specific piles really gravitates towards you. Take a moment, pause this video, take a screenshot, whatever the case is, and pick a pile. If you want to watch all piles or watch multiple piles, that's entirely okay as well. It's up to you. Like I said, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Some piles might completely resonate. Some piles might be bits and pieces. You are going to hear the message that you need to hear from spirit whenever you are meant to hear it. So it's up to you whether you decide which pile, all piles, or 2 out of the 3. It's a-okay. So like I said, take a moment to meditate. I don't know why I keep saying resonate when I'm trying to say meditate. Mercury retrograde tings. Take a moment to resonate. I did it again. Take a moment to meditate. Like I said, pile number 1, 2, and 3. Also, when you're meditating, if you would be so kind to please hit that like and subscribe button to come join the Mooney Squad. It means so much to me, more than you know. But take a moment, pause this video, take a screenshot, whatever the case is. But pile number 1, pile number 2, pile number 3. And then the timestamps are listed down below. Go to your pile and drop a comment if the reading hit or what you took away from it. But like I said, this is a timeless message, so I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here. You guys are the absolute best, my Mooney Squad. I truly love you guys. So yeah, thank you. I'll see you at your reading. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to your reading. Thank you so much for being here. I truly appreciate you being here. Like I said, take what resonates, leave what doesn't in the reading. If it resonates, it resonates. If it doesn't, it doesn't. This is a timeless message. However, I am uploading this video on December 13th, 2023. So that's right after the new moon in Sagittarius on 12/12. And it's also on the day that Mercury stations retrograde in Capricorn. So just to put that out there, but this is a timeless reading, but I just want to mention the time frame just in case if you're watching this live when it's happening. But without further ado, let's get started to your reading. So right off the bat, we have here, and all the oracle and tarot decks will be linked down below, but I am using the Goddess Power Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed, and then the Moon Witch Oracle cards by Cosmic Valeria, and then the Rainy Rogue Tarot deck by Sam Sawyer. Like I said, all these tarot decks will be listed down below in the description box. So without further ado, let's get started. So your goddess that's speaking to you, wow, what a beautiful card, is Yihi. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly. Yihi. Hopefully the camera's focusing. Yihi, the sun, and then the number with her card associated here is number 6, because we have 5 and 1. When you break down 2-digit numbers, it always breaks down to a single number unless it's a master number like 11 or 21, but 51 will be broken down to number 6. So number 6 might be significant to somebody in this reading. And then if you're unfamiliar, number 6 is usually a reflect number. It reflects it's time to wake up to your higher spiritual truth, so aligning you to your path. And then Yihi, this card is so beautiful. Love it so much. And if I'm mispronouncing this, please drop it down below of how I'm supposed to pronounce it, because I usually pull my readings and I don't look at the cards firsthand. I always look at them when I am doing my reading. So if I'm mispronouncing the name, please correct me in the comments down below. I truly appreciate it, and I mean no disrespect. But Yihi, she's the sun. So we have here a sun goddess, a beautiful sun goddess, a deity. And then following after Yihi, we have the Two of Swords upright. Two of Swords. Then we have the Page of Cups in reverse. And then Nine of Swords in reverse. And then for the Cosmic Moon Witch Oracle, we have here Segment, Courage, Troop, Shadow Work, Moonbeam, you are on the right path. And then the number 13, Divine Feminine, step into your power. Ooh. Okay, so right off the back, pile number 1, when I pulled your reading, I'm getting here that this goddess is really connecting you to honor your femininity. Okay, remember, we both have masculine and feminine in us. We have feminine energy, masculine energy, yin and yang, but however you call it, however you prefer, nonetheless, everybody, regardless of genitalia, you have both. So this specific goddess Yihi is telling you, pile number 1, that it is time to honor your divine feminine. And by honoring your divine feminine, I'm getting here is that you are also at making a decision where you are also in the specific place right now where you need to make a decision, but you are going more so with what people around you are saying. I have here with the Page of Cups and the Nine of Swords in reverse. These cards are both reverses. That you have the Page of Cups and you have the Nine of Swords. You're going with the energy of whatever you think is superficially abundant or that's going to get you where you want to go, but it's gonna F you up. It's not really it's not what you know for yourself, is what you want, and is what you know at the end that is a quick fix. You're not actually gonna get the results and actually get what you want out of the situation or life. It's just like you're trying to find the quickest way to get to where you think you want to go, but not that you actually are putting in the work to actually get to where you want to go. So when you have here the Two of Swords, swords is excuse me, I just drew a blank there. I don't know why I did. Sorry, I heard my fur baby. She was eating. But Two of Swords. Swords energy is essentially air energy. So you have here air, and then you have cups, and then you have swords again. So there might be a prominent water or air sign, big 3. So we have sun, moon, and rising, big 3 in your life. It might be yours. But here it's given the energy of this specific goddess here. She's trying to connect you to your divine feminine, which is essentially your intuition. Your intuition is, you know, when they say your intuition is in the gut region, you know, your solar plexus, your sacral, your root chakra area. Remember, gut health is brain health. Brain health is gut health. So when your intuition is strong and strengthened, you're gonna make more logical decisions in regards to how they align with how you actually feel about a situation. Because sometimes people confuse, like, oh, like you're thinking logically and emotionally, and that's masculine versus feminine, which is not entirely true. When you have a strong feminine energy as well as a equal divine masculine energy, you are balanced, okay? Because the intuition is a form of logic. It's the logic of the body, it's the logic of the soul versus the logic of the brain and analyzing the external environment. So this specific goddess here, and then look, another thing I'm getting to as well, like look, the Sekhmet card. I definitely am butchering this, but the Sekhmet card, there's also a woman and a lion on top of it. What sign is associated with the sun and it has a lion on it? Leo. Leo is the sign that also really focuses on the solar plexus, where your gut is at, your creativity, your passion, your drive, the way you express yourself, the way you show up for yourself, okay? The lion, the wild mane, you know, if you know Leo energy. Leo is ruled by the sun. It's bright, it's bold, it's giving you energy because it knows in order to have something grow, you gotta give it energy, and that's the energy here where it's also encouraged true shadow work. The only way you can generally grow and get to where you actually want to go, not some quick fix place where you're just trying to run around and convince yourself that you want something when you really don't. You're telling yourself you want it because other people around you are telling you that you should want it, but it's not what you actually want. When you do that shadow work and strengthen your intuition and strengthen your divine feminine, you are like, you can't be swayed. You're just like, this is what I want because I feel it in my body. This is what I want because my body and my mind are one. They're like this. They're homies. They're like this. And so when you do the shadow work, you know your goods, you know your bads, you know your strengths, you know your weakness, you know your light, you know your dark, whatever you want to paint it. The shadow work is the only way that you can actually honor yourself and be true to who you are, so that way you can extend and go into being the person that you want to be, and so you can shine bright like the sun. Nobody shines like the sun. The moon and the sun both shine, but they shine at their own parts in their own times. Yihi, the sun, she's telling you that you need to shine as bright as the sun in this moment in your life. You need to show up for yourself. You need to be unapologetically yourself, because that's going to attract your tribe and your team of people that genuinely have your back. And then here, going back to, it's funny though, because the sun and the moon analogy came, but I didn't notice as well as that you have the moon beam card. It says you are on the right path. You are on the right path. And then following after that, you have 13, divine feminine, step into your power. So you have the moonbeam, you are on the right path, and number 13, divine feminine, step into your power. To highlight those beautiful, beautiful cards there. And so with moon being in here, number 13, going back to 13 and how some numbers you don't bring them down, but you, like this part number 1, I'm getting that you, not that you're necessarily identify as a woman, but you're somebody that you want to enter your feminine era. You want to, but you're scared to. Maybe you are in a toxic relationship that doesn't allow you to honor that. Maybe you have never felt safe within your home, your environment, to actually honor that. Maybe you just have no idea where to start because you're scared of societal expectations and you don't know what exactly it looks like. But here, pile number 1, I'm getting that, and this message might be very specific for somebody because it just came through, but you are not your environment. Yes, you are a product of your environment, but when you make the active efforts to break the curses, generational curses specifically, in your environment that do not prosper, like do not allow you to prosper in life and get where you need to go, pile number 1, I mean, it's just like you're not gonna get anywhere if you don't actually take active efforts to honor yourself. Okay, I'm getting here is that you're the type of person that you have kind of been conformed in a way. You've been conformed, conditioned in a way that has altered your thinking, but now as you're getting older and experiencing life, you're just like, there's more to this than I thought, or my opinions and my feelings on this topic has changed. And with the divine feminine, you're not allowing yourself to really honor that change and honor your growth and honor the different stages, because you're, like I said, you might have been conditioned, you might have been scared, certain situations are holding you back where you feel like you can't do this. Pile number 1, I'm getting here that Yihi, the sun, she's also really reminding you is that you have all the strength and the power and the willpower to change change the course of your life. You are the creator. You are the beacon of power in your life. You might not feel like it, and trust me, there's been so many times where I completely understand, where there's so many times in your life where you feel like you don't have control over your life. You feel like you have to do one thing in order to get to the next step, so that way you can finally have some semblance of control eventually. But that's not the way it's working. It's a never-ending game. It's a never-ending chasing this feeling of you're going to be in control when you finish this milestone. And pile number 1, Yihi, this wonderful, beautiful goddess, is telling you is that you have the power to create the life that you want, because you are here and you are alive. And although, you know, the human experience is a very interesting one, it's not an easy one, it's not a difficult one per se entirely, but you have the you have all that you need to within your body and within your soul and within your mind to dream and manifest that life that you want. I'm hearing specifically too with her as well is that somebody is into vision boards. So this might be the time, you know, with the end of the new year, where if you don't do the witchy new year, should I say, like towards the like New Year's Eve is coming up after Christmas. If you celebrate, it's Christmas, Kwanzaa, Hanukkah, whatever the case, whatever holidays that you celebrate. Typically on the Western Hemisphere, somebody might need to do a vision board. Somebody might want to go to their local library or get some newspapers or magazines if you can, and just put yourself a really detailed and colorful vision board. And in that vision board, make it as creative as possible. Don't worry about the aesthetics. This isn't a vision board that you want to share on social media, or maybe you might want to, but the only reason why I say that is because sometimes in the age of social media, people get caught up in what they think people want to see versus what they themselves want to see. And so that's I said that because with, as I mentioned earlier before, pile number 1 is that I'm getting the energy that you're somebody that's really conformed and has been conditioned to be a certain way, where you haven't felt safe enough to honor your entire being, the good, the bad, the ugly, the light, the dark, whatever you want to call it. And just really make that vision board. Get really creative. Use those colorful pencils, use those colorful markers from when you were a kid. Cut out newspapers, cut out magazines, glue sticks, markers, glitter, whatever the case is. Because give this routine to yourself as a ritual of honoring your inner child, and honoring your inner teenager, and even honoring your young adult if you are in a young adult, if you have like some issues that you want to heal from. But pile number 1, just allow yourself that space and that grace to actually honor what's going on in your life and how to. Because you see here we have the Page of Cups and the Nine of Swords in reverse. You chasing and not allowing yourself to feel the way that you actually do, it's only going to come back and really going to make you kind of repeat this cycle again. You're going to repeat this cycle until you learn your lesson, essentially. That's typically the way spirit usually works. Where they're like, you're not going to learn your lesson? Okay, you want to be stubborn? Okay, well, here we go. Repeat until you get the lesson that you need to learn. But with this lovely, beautiful goddess Yihi, the sun, she's empowering you to really hone who you are and who you want to be, and to honor that. Okay, going back to Leo as well, is that Leo is also the archetype of like also childish energy. A lot of people are like, oh, that's Gemini, which it is Gemini. Geminis are the twins, but Leo also is that childish energy where it's like people are unapologetically creative, unapologetically bold, unapologetically fierce. And not saying that it's an immature energy or it's an insecure energy, but it's the energy of it being so abundantly authentic and abundantly genuine that's why it's correlated to being a childlike energy. And so really, when you do that vision board, if you want to really honor your inner child, honor yourself, and even honor like your femininity as well. I'm hearing like use the color pink. I'm hearing somebody probably was told that pink was way too girly and they're like, oh, I'm not gonna like pink then, you know. But maybe use pink, use yellow, use glitter, use makeup, do whatever it is that you want to do, but just allow yourself to be so authentic and genuine in this project, where it doesn't matter whether you show somebody, it doesn't matter their opinions. If somebody does happen to see it, you did it for yourself, and that's all it was for. So pile number 1, thank you so much for coming and watching this reading. If this message resonated with you, please drop a sun emoji in the comments down below. I truly love you guys so very much. I hope this message resonated with you. If it resonated, it resonated. If it didn't, then that's okay. This might be a message where you have to hear whenever you come across this video. But I truly love you guys so very much, and I really want you guys to honor yourself. So thank you so much for being here, and I can't wait to see you on Friday for the next episode. Bye. Hi pile number 2, welcome to my channel. I love you guys so much. Thank you for being here, and if you chose pile number 2, then this is your reading. So before we get into actually pulling the cards, all decks are going to be listed below. I used a mix of both the oracle decks as well as tarot decks. The oracle deck that I used to call in the goddesses was the Goddess Power Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed. I use the Moon Witch deck as well, so Oracle deck by Cosmic Valeria, and then I use the Reigning Rogue Sam Sawyer Tarot deck. So all these decks will be listed down below if you're interested in purchasing, but without further ado, let's get started. So calling in the energy of the goddess, we have here Gula. Beautiful, beautiful card. Hopefully the camera will focus with the light. Oh, gorgeous, gorgeous. Gula. And then at the top we have here a number 18 for her. So number 18 is actually the number 9 when you break it down. And 9 is the number for release. It's time to let go of what's no longer serving you, which I think it's so on point, and just I'm already getting chills because this one, if you see Gula, she says here it's healing. She's about focusing on healing. Healing what? We're about to find out, but ooh, the chills on that one. Then here with we have the Knight of Cups in reverse, and then we have the Page of Swords in reverse, and then we have the King of Pentacles upright. Okay, so a lot of masculine energy here, which is interesting to note because pile number 1 was the opposite. And then here with the Moon Witch, we have manifestation, what you seek is seeking you, and then familiar, listen and learn. Ooh. Oh my gosh, I'm so freaking excited. So pile number 2, we have here the beautiful goddess Gula. If I'm mispronouncing that, I truly do not mean any disrespect. I don't look at the cards when I pull them in piles. I always try to let the downloads come in as fast as they can, as much as they can, as authentically as well as I'm pulling them on camera with you live. So I didn't do any research on these goddesses, so if I'm mispronouncing the name, please forgive me. I do not mean any disrespect. Please drop it down below of how is the proper pronunciation and a little bit of history if you want to, if it's like your culture. I love that and I love to learn, but just to put that out there. And so we have here Gula. Gula is saying healing, and then we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Knight of Cups, Page of Swords in reverse, and then we have the King of Pentacles. So very masculine energy cards, and especially we have the Knight of Cups and the Page in reverse. So right off the bat we have Cups, Swords, and then Pentacles. We have water, air, and earth energy. So these might be your big 3. These might be somebody very important into your life that's one of their big 3, or it just doesn't have to be anybody's big 3, could also just be the overall energy. But I always just to put that out there because some people do like that. But whatever the case is that we have water, air, earth energy. And so with the Knight of Cups in reverse followed by the Page of Swords in reverse as well, this is really focusing on, instead of outward externally, we're focused internally. Okay, so I'm getting a lot of energy here is that somebody's divine masculine, it's really coming in hard. And remember, everybody has masculine and feminine energy, yin and yang. Doesn't matter what your genitalia is or how you specifically identify, everybody has these 2 energies in them. And if I'm getting this specific reading, is that Gula is saying that, like I said, there's not a specific sex involved, but I'm really getting this message on that this might be for a very specific person that identify as a woman in their life, because here with this Knight of Cups and this Page of Swords in reverse, these 2 right here are definitely giving the energy immediately when I pull the cards as well, is that somebody is in a relationship that requires them to be more masculine than they want to, and they feel it weighing heavy on them a lot. So you might be in a toxic relationship, whether toxic relationship I'm hearing specifically, but it could apply to anything. We're having toxic relationships, toxic platonic relationships, toxic familiar relationships. We're talking about family, we're talking about friends, could be toxic work like relationships, you know, your co-workers, other like teachers I'm hearing, could be academia, whatever the case is. But these 2 right off the back are really coming off of the energy that you're leaning more into whatever partnership and program that you are in that requires you and somebody else or a few other people to work. You're the one that's really pulling this masculine heavy energy more than you actually want to, and it's definitely weighing on you heavy because you're just like, this is not the person that I want to be, but I feel like you feel like you have to be this person to get stuff done. That's what we have here, the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is like, we're gonna get it done because I need to make sure that we have the success that we need to succeed and to do our actual job. So here it's a lot of the energy as well as that it's that you're not feeling that you also want to be in this position genuinely. Like you don't want to have to take the leadership role, or you don't want to take the leadership role to the extent that you have been involuntarily placed to take it. And with these in reverse is giving the energy that you have to kind of be the bad guy when you didn't sign up to be the bad guy, and you don't feel like you have to be the bad guy in the situation, but it was involuntarily placed on you, and that's why it's coming out there like, hey, you're not okay with this. So I'm hearing with this beautiful goddess Gula, she's giving the energy of healing that masculine energy from, instead of being unnecessarily aggressive and angry and upset, to really channel that energy to being assertive in a healthy way. So we have here the King of Pentacles as well, Bryce, that showing up for yourself, being that authoritative figure that you're gonna get stuff done and you're gonna lead with an iron hand, but you're also not gonna be an abusive person. You're not the bad guy. So with Gula, this energy is giving very much of boundaries and clear communication, explaining what it is that you are required to do. Maybe I'm hearing that you might have to send out a nicely worded email to some people, a team meeting of sorts, to reiterate and redefine and confirm what it is that you need to know, what it is that your job is for. Because you have been pushed into this involuntarily highly masculine driven energy, and by you being forced to do something you don't want, it's the energy of like, hey, you don't want to do this and you feel like you're forced to do something, so you're not showing up for the best version of yourself. But with the King of Pentacles, Gula is really reinforcing that energy of like, be communicative, be authoritative, be like, hey, this is my boundary, this is my position, this is where it stops at, okay? I'm going to do my job to make sure we succeed as a team, but I'm not going to do it in the sense of feeling like I have to be the bad guy and micromanage other people when that's not my job and that's not who I am. Essentially, it's this energy. And then we have the manifestation card as well as familiar. It's like what you seek is seeking you, and then listen and learn. Very potent cards, because I feel like pile number 2 that you have been asking for like somebody to kind of come in and like help you and be like, hey, you know, you're being overworked, or you're put in this situation that it's not a situation that you essentially need to be in, like it's not fair. And in pile number 2, I'm getting that energy that you are manifesting that you're just kind of hoping that somebody will come and save you, or somebody will come in and intervene. But Gula here is really reinforcing that you are your savior. Nobody's going to save you but yourself, and you have all the tools to show up and be for yourself and be who you want to be. And so you just have to, even like, it's like when they say fake it till you make it. Have the confidence, or pretend you have the confidence, but you might not actually have it, and that's okay. Nobody needs to know but you. As long as you show up and vouch for yourself and put in that work, you know, show up as the King of Pentacles. Like, we are going to succeed. We have to get this job done. I'm all about my bag, and this is the energy that we need to go and move forward with. But I'm not going to micromanage people. I'm not going to sit here and play, you know, bad guy, Mr. Manager, Mrs. Manager, breathing down my neck. I'm not doing that. But at the same time, you know, you can also, with Gulas, that really listen and learn from other people as well. Maybe this is a position that is teaching you patience, I'm hearing. Maybe this is a situation that's also teaching you how to not only forgive yourself for not knowing better when you needed to do better, but also forgiving other people as well that kind of follow in line when they're put in these specific situations and positions and what they're expected to do. That might have been a specific message for somebody, but regardless, that with this reading pile number 2, I'm getting a lot of energy that you have been focusing a lot on career and work, and that this is weighing heavy on you. And like this pile seems to be a very particular like pile in regards to career and work. Like this is a the energy coming out of here, and the messages are really focusing on people and how they show up in their work situations and what's going on currently at work and how they're feeling. So, you know, unfortunately, if you live in America, the average American is working 40 plus hours a week. So you are more often than not at work more than you are at home with your family or resting or whatever the case is. So being able to do the work that you need to get paid to provide for yourself and for your family is very tiring within itself. And then to deal with expectations and unclear direction and just overall being forced into positions that you're not getting any financial or emotional or physical gratification for, it is exhausting. And that's the energy that I'm getting here, and that's why Gula is definitely saying that maybe you might have to reach out to a member of leadership. Maybe you might have to reach out to maybe like a therapist or some sort of counselor, somebody that can really help you communicate what is bothering you and put your thoughts together, so that way you can approach this work situation that isn't making you feel good, or any situation that isn't making you feel good, with a level head like the King of Pentacles, and show up and be communicative and tell people like, hey, this is what I'm going to do because this is what I know I'm here to do, and this is how I'm gonna do it. We are as a team, we need to communicate how we're getting things done and the expectations we require from each other, but at the same time also verbally express how you are feeling within the current setup you guys having. The current system is not working for you, and that is okay for you to be the whistleblower and be like, hey, this needs to change. Hey, like this current system isn't working for me, we need to change it, you know. Then I'm getting pile number 2 is that this is a really like career energy focused reading. Like I said, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This might be a situation that somebody might be experiencing in school, somebody might be experiencing within their friend group, somebody might be experiencing, you know, maybe like with a parent or a volunteer situation and figure. But regardless, pile number 2, with this goddess Gula, she's really focusing on allowing you to heal, so that way you can show up and be the best version of yourself and vouch for yourself. This King of Pentacles energy and this familiar energy, I actually think it's funny that they're both cats, and they were placed unconsciously on top of each other. And so you have the King of Pentacles as a cat, and then you have Familiar, Listen and Learn as a cat. Cats are very intuitive creatures, and cats are also very expressive creatures. You know that. Whether you have a cat that's overly affectionate, that wants cuddles and is always purring, or you have a cat that's actually really sassy and is gonna be swatting that hand away, you know. Cats are very, very, very emotional and intuitive, as well as very expressive. So the energy that I'm getting here, and what's really coming through that I'm feeling, is you need to channel that energy as well in a way that you can honor your communicative divine masculine needs. Okay, so just because you feel like you're being forced into the situation as a bad guy, because remember, there's negative things about masculine and feminine energies, and masculine and negative energies typically are overtly aggressive, wanting to fight all the time, uncommunicative, unwavering, where you're being too stubborn to the point that you're not trying to cooperate, you're not really working as a team. But this King of Pentacles energy and Familiar is really reminding that you have maybe a mentor or the resources to seek a mentor that can really guide you in the direction to clear your thoughts and give you that emotional guidance to show up for yourself and how to approach this situation. But you need to take the effort to get there. But I see here with the manifestation card as well, like you are aware of this, and that's why you are here during this reading. Like you're looking for that answer, you're looking for that guidance, where you're just like, how can I make the situation better? I'm at a loss. I feel like I'm the bad guy. I feel like I'm the one that people don't like. I feel like I'm not getting any work done because I don't feel like I'm the best of myself, or I'm getting work done, but at like what cost to me am I getting it done at? And so with this reading, pile number 2, really take the time to heal and honor yourself. When you are away from work, break away from work. I'm feeling that you might be a workaholic as well, where you need to shut off work when you are not at work. You are at work and you get paid to be at work, and once you leave work, you need to have some time for yourself, because thinking work, 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 especially when you are being pushed into a overtly uninvolved masculine energy, you're going to be more snappy, more stubborn, more aggressive, and that's not what we want here, because you can honor your masculine energy and be the best person that you can within that masculine energy. So pile number 2, thank you so much for coming by for this reading. I truly love you guys so much. I hope this reading resonated with you. Like I say, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it resonated, it resonated. If it didn't, it didn't. This message might be for you in a few months. This message might be for you right now, but take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and I can't wait to see you on Friday's episode. So definitely hit that like and subscribe button to come back and join the Mooney Squad. Bye, love you. Hi Moonies, welcome back to my channel. Welcome. If you chose pile number 3, then this reading definitely is for you. But if not, take what resonates, leave what doesn't. If it's meant for you, it's meant for you. If it's not meant for you, then that's a-okay. The message will come to you when spirit feels like you need it. And so with that said, let's get started. So actually, before we get started, I always link the decks that I use down below in the description box. So if you're interested in purchasing any of these decks, they will be linked down below. I am using the Goddess Power Oracle deck by Colette Baron Reed. I'm using the Moon Witch Cosmic Oracle deck by Cosmic Valeria, and then the Reigning Rogue Tarot deck by Sam Sawyer. So like I said, they will be listed down below in the description box. So now, without further ado, let's get started. Pile number 3. So the Goddess we channeled to call in your energy. We have here the lovely Bridget, Creative Spark, and then she has the number 8. 8 is the number of balance. Even everything is falling into place. It's meant to be when it's meant to be. So that's the lovely number 8 we have here with, ooh, excuse me, I had a burp there. The lovely Goddess Bridget. We have Created Spark. Now we have the Magician in reverse. Then we have the Sun in reverse. And then we have the 3 of Swords in reverse. Oh my gosh, pile number 3, this energy. Whoo. And we have another goddess here. Ooh, so you have pile number 3. You special. You got 2 goddesses, not 1 but 2 chatting up with you. Okay, so right off the bat, pile number 3, I'm getting the energies that somebody's being creative and wants to be creative, but you're blocking your way. Somebody has imposter syndrome. Somebody has imposter syndrome. You need to cut that ish out. Somebody has imposter syndrome to the point that they're not allowing themselves to honor their creative ideas. They feel like this might be a very specific message for somebody, but somebody's mindset is saying that, oh, this is my idea, but I'm pretty sure somebody has already done it but did it better. Or, oh, you're making up excuses for yourself. You don't have the money, you don't have the time, you don't have the resources. So what? So what? Waiting for perfection to happen, you're going to be waiting forever, and you're never going to start. You're never going to start. You are seeing this video on my YouTube channel, and I have about like 97 videos on my account, and I have 48 subscribers. And on average, I probably have maybe 3 or 4 views a video, but I'm showing up. I'm doing what I have to do. I'm showing up, calling in the energy that I want, trying to honor my creative spark here, you know. So, and that's what Bridget is also telling you. Pile number 3. You have here the Magician, and the Magician in reverse. The Magician in reverse is the manifester, focusing inward instead of outward, okay? When you have the Magician in reverse in a reading, you are getting in your way more than you actually need to be. You need to be your biggest supporter, not your biggest hater, okay? Pile number 3, the Magician in reverse. You have, look at the Magician card. The Magician is cat, has the cups, the wand, oh excuse me, the cups, the swords, the wand, and the pentacles. You have the energy and the resources to create that life that you want. You might not have $1 million, okay. You might not have everything you need to fit the aesthetic in your head? Okay, but you know what you do have? The basic essentials, the necessities. Give gratitude and honor to those necessities and put in that mother effing work. Okay, pile number 3. Then here, look, you also have the Sun card in reverse. The Sun is about honoring your childlike creativity when it's upright. But when you have it in reverse, the Sun is really focusing on why don't you feel like you should shine bright like a diamond? Why don't you feel like you can? Why don't you feel that you're not entitled to shine bright like a diamond? Why are you not honoring yourself? Why are you not giving yourself that energy to be creative and allowing yourself time to really focus on things that matter to you? Stop focusing on other people. I'm hearing that somebody's worried about what other people are saying, the naysayers, versus what you're saying to yourself that's going to help you get to where you actually want to get to. Okay, then followed here we have the 3 of Swords as well in reverse. The 3 of Swords is a bunny getting stabbed by swords, also in reverse, focusing inward. Why are you focusing on being this mold of what other people want you to be versus what you actually want to be? Okay, yes, people that have a specific aesthetic might be encountering a very specific timeline for a success rate versus what you actually want to do. But if you are not that person and you don't have any idea how they got there, you don't feel any connection to what they're doing, but you feel like that the way they're doing things, everybody else has done it, so that must mean it's the only way of success, you're not going to reach that same level of success. You know why? Because it's inauthentic. The 3 of Swords is here to remind you the energy of like, you can't, there's this way, there's that way, and then there's the present, right? So where you stand right now, and you're looking at that way of how something you think can go, and how you're looking at the other way of another way that you think certain things can go, but you're not following it based off your actual feelings or how you actually want to show up for yourself. You're just letting other people affect you and alter your decision. But when you have here, we have Isis, cast spells, protect, and heal. Isis, lovely, beautiful card telling you to protect, cast spells, and heal yourself. Isis is reminding you that you need to put in that work to do the shadow work. Okay, I'm getting here that maybe somebody might have evil eye, so you might want to do a good old cleansing ritual. You might want to do a protection ritual. You might want to do some, take a bath salt, maybe cut off a few inches from your hair, relatively do a cleanse, refresh your altars, or you might just really need to focus on doing a good old cleansing and protection work. I'm feeling that maybe somebody might have evil eye here. That's probably why you're feeling so negative and not allowing yourself to show up for yourself, because you're allowing other people's energy to be absorbed into you, and it's disrupting your mind, your thoughts, and your intuition. But with Bridget reminding the Trust card we have here, the universe has a plan for you. And I thought this was interesting that the Trust card came out after Isis as well, with this cast spells, protect, heal. Thought it was very interesting because with the Trust card, the universe has a plan for you. This is exactly what I was saying before. You're not going to reach that other person's level of success because you're not connected to what they're doing. They are successful because they are the blueprint to the trend that they started. Yes, other people might be a little bit successful following them, but nobody's ever going to reach that level of success to the original, because the original, aside of other people, the original put their heart and their soul into it, versus what people are doing that they're just following it along with the trend. Because you know what happens when too many people follow along with the trends that are not being authentic and organic? It becomes repetition, and when you see repetition way too much, it's going to be boring to the eye. But so when it's boring to the eye, then people are going to have to scramble their whole creative idea all over again to then find the other trend, versus being authentic to themselves and making their own lane. Don't focus on being in somebody else's lane. You need to be focused on being in your lane. You need to focus on the lane that you want to create for yourself, the lane and the destination you want that lane to connect to. So if you are feeling like you're not really sure where you're going, that you're trying to follow this trend, you're trying to follow this idea of how things quote unquote should be for your specific talk, I'm hearing that it might be, I'm getting, maybe this might be the energy for like an influencer or a person that's trying to be an influencer or a content creator, or just somebody that's trying to do some type of digital social media work. But yes, there's a reason why they're called trends. Trends are there because what people are into at the moment. But trends don't really last unless you make it your trademark type of thing. So when you go to a specific person, right, like think of it like coffee, right? Because I love coffee. So let's use the coffee analogy. Think of it like coffee. You know, you have your staple drink when you go to the coffee shop, something that you're not going to deviate from unless you're in the mood to try something new. Maybe like a holiday drink, maybe like a drink your friend told you to do. You know, think of those other drinks as trends, right? They're the trends, they're in the season, they're popular at the moment, they're being pushed into your face, so you're like, yeah, I'll give it a shot. But then once the hype of the trend dies down, what are you doing? You're going back to what you know, back to what you actually like, back to your comfort zone. And yeah, sometimes your comfort zone might change a bit. You might add some cold foam here, some creamer there to mix up your drink, and that's totally fine. That's called growth. You're constantly changing, but the basis of it is going to stay the same. And so that's how it is. That's the energy that I'm getting here from Bridget. She's telling you is that your creative spark is going to be that staple coffee comfort zone drink, and you're going to get the results that you want because you're staying true to yourself and what you know. Yes, it's not going to happen overnight. You know why? Because you're not following a specific trend. But when you have authentic, organic growth, you're going to reap those rewards. Pile number 3. You have all the resources, you have the courage, you have the energy, you have the mind, you have the spirit, you have the love for it unconsciously, but you're blocking it. Like with this magician here in reverse, you're blocking it because you're not allowing yourself to actually believe it. You feel like you're not worthy of it. Pile number 3. And why is that? Like I said, it might be for somebody specifically. They might be getting an evil eye, mal de ojo. You might have to do a spiritual cleanse. Like I said, might cut off pieces of your hair, take a salt bath, you know, refresh your altar, do some type of shadow work, protection, magic. If you have any questions, then definitely, I would say if you have any questions, you need some guidance on that, follow me on Instagram at Moody Metaphysical and DM me and be like, hey, I came from your video, I'm pile number 3, is there something you recommend? And I would immediately know and I would immediately respond to you. Just in case if you're scared to say it in the comments. Some people are, but like, hey, what are references? If you comment it, I'm gonna answer. It's cool. But overall, it's the energy here is that your energy is really kind of all over the place in a very frazzled way. Like you're not allowing yourself to actually learn, and therefore I'm getting the energy here of burnt out. Somebody is burnt out or getting too burnt out or already has been burnt out, and it's reflecting in your work because you're not showing up as the best version of yourself, and most importantly, you're not even showing up for yourself. Pile number 3. This energy here, the Magician, the Sun, and the 3 of Swords in reverse, you're really not showing up for yourself. And you need to show up for yourself because at the end of the day, the hardest hitter on your team is going to be you. You are the longest relationship you are ever going to have. Nobody is going to want to see you win more than the person you were last year. Period. And so with that said, pile number 3, thank you so much for coming into this reading. I hope this reading resonated with you. If it resonates, let me know. Drop a flower emoji down in the comments below for pile number 3. Drop a flower emoji. If you are interested in reaching out to me via Instagram, definitely it's at Moody Metaphysical. If you're interested in anything, check out the shop, link in my bio for booking a personal reading with me. But thank you so much for being here. Pile number 3, I truly love you and I'm rooting for you, pile number 3, and I really hope you look into those cleansing rituals because I genuinely feel like from the energy of this that you need it, and I really want you to show up for yourself, pile number 3. I really do. I do, Bridget does, and so does Isis. Please, pile number 3, put in the work to show up for yourself because you have it. Don't let your spark die. Don't let it burn out. Don't let your soul die. This world is already hard enough. Capitalism is already hard enough, pile number 3. Please don't let it go. Show up for yourself. Show up the most authentic version of yourself. Be open to learning. Be open to receiving. Be open to giving. And watch how your life changes. Thank you so much, pile number 3. I truly love you guys so very much. Thank you for being here. Hit that like and subscribe button so that way you can follow for more content. And I cannot wait to see you again on Friday's video. I think I might do another video on Thursday, but definitely hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and turn on the bell notification so that way you're not missing any content uploads. But I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye. Love you.